Welcome back, guys. Automotive Inc. So I apologize I did not get back to you guys as soon as possible. I've been smashing 18 gears, rolling hard all week, and just been so swamped with stuff, getting the other trailer out in storage, everything. But I appreciate you guys, and I just want to say thanks to all the people that have subscribed up to this point. I want to say thank you to the people that are potential subscribers. Please do smash that button, give me a like. That hits me and puts me in the algorithm outer space and helps me get up there. For the tried and true guys that have been back, have been dying to wait and find out what I've been adding to the channel. Let's cover a couple things. First, one, I love Kong. Great truck. 2024 Chevy gas truck is the best gas HD out there, period. Now, I'm not going to be talking about who's the best diesel for 24 yet, because I don't really know. I haven't had a 24 diesel, and I will tell you this much. As for the 22 Godzilla, it did good till we had that engine issue. However, I would have to say that for 2023, the 6.6 LAT is still probably going to be the best, even with the 6-speed. So at the end of the day, if you're looking gasser right now, check out all the videos that we put out, all the long-term data. 12,000 miles racked up quick on Kong, and it did it with no problems. It did it good, and it wasn't even the most powerful of the V8s in the segment. Obviously, the Godzilla is the big boy, and next but not least would probably be the 6.6, kind of ties with the 6.4, but really the 6.4 Hemi, the 6.6, and the 6.8 would probably be more in the realm of each other. However, you can't get the 6.8 Ford. It's brand new. You can't really get anything other than an XL with the STX package, and then than that, the up trim ones get the Godzilla, which I would probably go for that one anyway. But that being said, the L8T crushed it. So we will still be updating how Kong is doing, because I sold it to a buddy, and I'm really excited because he'd been looking for one, and you can't find them. With the UAW strikes getting ready to keep digging deeper and deeper, you can watch the vehicle prices go up and up. And even if they do settle out and give them their 20 to 40% raises that these guys are requesting, I will say this much: the cost of the vehicles are heading up. So if you have a truck that you are really enjoying, I would probably not be looking in the market for a while, because it's heading across all of the manufacturers. I'm not sure anybody's going to be really safe, but there are discounts out there. Ford, as usual, nobody's discounting that stuff. But as I told you before, I have a little birdie. I have people that are tied in with Ford, and because of the UAW BS, the quality control issues already, I've actually been told to stay away from Ford for anything that's been built in the last 4 to 5 months, and stuff that's coming out probably in the next year and a half. So we did order a Ford F350 with the Godzilla, because I would love to get another one back on the channel, but I was tired of dinking and dunking and waiting around. And frankly, with the new truck, that'll run us out for a while with great content. And actually, this one, it's going to blow your mind, because I wasn't quite expecting it. But I will tell you this much: we will just continue to evolve the channel and grow the channel. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're really looking forward to. I can't get stuck into one vehicle, because then it kind of just stalls out. But if you don't have to buy one, I would probably say wouldn't. Or if you're looking for a deal, you're going to have to do your research. And so after I left the Ford dealership the other night, I thought I was going to get this white one. Then they called back and wanted to add underdent, overdent, butt scrub. I don't even know. All this extra crap on there that they have to add onto the truck. I'm like, this truck literally is covered with dust, and everything's still in a package, is basically inside of it. So they didn't add any of that. They didn't add clear ball yet, but they wanted to add basically another $4,000 or $5,000 back to it. So I had to make a decision at that point. And so when I went down there this morning, I decided to make a left turn instead of a right to the Ford dealership, because right across the street was Ram. And I just wanted to go over and take a look at it, because I saw some kind of unbelievable prices on the internet, and so I wanted to see what that was really about. Now, I did test drive a Ram Rebel 2500 with the 6.4 Hemi, and that truck would have been really cool to add to the channel, just because it was very similar to Kong, and it was beautiful red and all of that stuff. However, unfortunately with the 6.4, it is hard to find one of those that is up in the towing realm of where I need to be. When my dad got sick, he did ask me to make sure that my mom got out and traveled. And so when our family goes out, we need to take their big trailer, because at the end of the day, it is a monster, and my mom loves it, and I'm going to continue to make that promise happen. Well, that in mind, the General was just barely enough to pull my mom's empty. The Kong had plenty of room within its payload and towing specs to tow it, so as a gasser, it was perfect. but trying to find a Ram just wouldn't work. So the Rebel that I looked at, I'll put a link down in the description below. Very cool truck, very neat, very noisy tires, very off-road-esque. That's not me. Okay, I just can't. As cool as it is, that just would not work for me. I personally would complain about the hum of the tires, and if it doesn't tow enough, then that puts me in a position where that truck just isn't going to do it. Now you might be saying, Jeremy, you said most people are towing less than 12. Yes, most people are. However, for the channel, I'm trying to push the trucks to the limits to kind of see what they do at those upper limits, and I personally need it. So again, as I've always said, if your needs set you into a higher tow rate, you're going to have to step up here, there, whatnot. So Ram actually had some pretty good deals. However, they had 3 Hemis on the lot. None of those went over the 16.5 towing mark. Payload was fine. However, it just wasn't in the cards for that. But they did have about 9 black 3/4 ton and a couple 1 tons with the Cummins. With a window sticker of 89,000, some change. We'll go over that here in a minute. Hey, no freaking way. However, because of the UAW strike stuff, the guy down there, he's smart. He's the one that sold me all my Rams. And he doesn't know that I run this channel, so I didn't get a discount or anything like that because of that. But basically, they're trying to move allocation, so anything that is inbound, they'll get a higher allocation. So that's a pretty smart move, I guess. So they were moving some trucks. Well, they were discounting some 3/4 tons off, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000. However, there was a lot of black ones on the ground. And I told myself I would never buy another black truck. And when they said, well, what if we gave you almost 18,000 off of this truck, making a 1-ton crew Laramie Cummins cheaper than a Hemi, almost as cheap as a Godzilla Ford. Now, not as inexpensive as Kong. Kong was around the 60K mark, but again, Kong was a custom trim, so a little bit less equipment. And so at the end of the day, I actually looked at it like, okay, this is a moneymaker then. With the world going, crazy, and then truck allocations and stuff. Guys, if you can buy a diesel for the same price as a gas, and you can deal with the maintenance and stuff, and diesel's not $1.50 more than a gallon, you probably should really think long and hard about that decision, because typically a diesel's $9,000 to $10,000, $12,000 more over. So HO Power Stroke is $12,000 over. Standard Power Stroke I think is 10. Standard Duramax is like 10, and usually the Cummins standard is a 10, and a little bit more for the HO. So I was just kind of mesmerized, because at the end of the day, it is a 2024 Laramie Cummins crew. And I thought, well, I could go buy a Lariat gas for $69, or I can get a Cummins for $72. Well, this channel isn't about diesel versus gas in the realm of, I would always probably swing towards gas. So to get a 24 Ram against a 24 Chevy, we can at least check capability, trailering tech, quality, seats, comfort. We can put all of that on top of it. Now, this truck that I bought is a 2024 Ram 3500 crew Laramie for the same price as a Godzilla Ford. All right. This thing has tons of areas where we need to add to it, because you guys know that the 24 Ram does not have bed steps, does not have bumper steps. So we're going to go through all those little nuances to fix it. However, I will tell you this much. Being able to snag a Cummins for potential resale, because that's what everybody always says, is resale's better. Okay, we just got one. Again, that Ford was going to be like 74 with all the extra crap they're adding on it, because you pay taxes on everything here in Colorado. And so that was going to be more. That would be asinine. I'd have to take myself out back and slap myself across the face. We all know that the Cummins is probably going to tow better than a gas engine. We're not here to argue that. The 6.4 Hemi has its place in the world today, and Ram really hasn't changed the engines or the transmissions or anything like that. Ram is going with, we tried it, it's working, it's going to continue to work, and we're going to keep running with that. Can that keep up in 2024? I've driven plenty of LTZ Chevys, the new ones with the new interiors, but I didn't buy one. But I've had a chance to play with the tech. And so this one, it might give you the possibility of how to do it. Now, if you're just against Ram, guys, I'm sorry. Ram, Chevy, and Ford, and GMC, none of those trucks are completely 100% made in America. They may be assembled in America, and the Ram is not, but the Chevy and the Ford are still importing parts from Mexico and China, and etc. and so forth. So I don't want to argue the USA point. There's a lot of hard workers that assembled this Ram down there, and I've had a lot of great luck with Ram. So we're going to do a quick walk around of the truck, guys, because I think what this truck does offer us is an opportunity to kind of see, if you're going to think Ram, and I think after driving this, I've already put 600 miles on the truck, you have to be thinking, one, if you're not brand loyal, budget. What can I get most bang for the buck? Okay, a gas LT with leather Chevy right now in the metro area is about 71. I just picked up a Cummins for about the same price. So you really got to think big picture. Again, I've talked about the maintenance, and we're going to see how all of that plays out. And we'll go over the window stickers here because I got to show you guys something, which I think is going to blow my mind, because I've heard people complain about the Gen 2 L5P. One, fuel economy. Two, the regens aren't as bad. They're not as bad as the Ford, always have to regen. But we're going to see how the Cummins does, and we'll report some data back on that, because I don't think this is a long-term thing where, Ram's going to throw you out a $12,000 discount, but maybe you do. Okay, guys, and you can look for those prices online. Go to cars.com or AutoTrader or whoever, and search. Open up your search bank to 500 or 1,000 miles or whatever, and see what you can find. So we will report back some of the Cummins diesel data. But as for that, how it rides, how everything goes like that, all of that's going to be kind of like standard data that we can still collect in the truck. Forget about how it tows, and forget about that. How does it feel when it tows, control-wise and everything like that. The diesel engine doesn't really add anything to like control other than when it comes to the exhaust brake. How does the interior hold? Can it compete? Guys, I'm telling you, this truck, just going through some of this, the stuff that people have said, hey, I wish the Chevy did this, wish the Ford did this one does it. And for 2024, Ram really didn't change much. So the exterior is still the same, everything's still the same, but we're going to go over a few things that I would have changed and everything like that. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Let's go walk around the new rig. All right, guys, so there we go. I had to put the steps on there. I will put a video on there. Anymore, the trucks, all of them sit too damn high. So you guys gotta have to get some steps on there. Unless you just don't have anybody else that needs to get in the truck and you can handle that, or gals, if nobody else needs to get in your truck, and that's fine. But I have other people. My mom actually had to use a ladder. I had a ladder with me when we were down there putting the trailer away. Actually had to bust out a ladder. Oh my goodness, they sit tall. This is not as tall as a Chevy. It's about 1.5 inches shorter. So we have everything here when it comes to basically a standard. We got a sport appearance hood, no cab lights, wish it had it, but the 23 mirrors, got a 360 camera, front sonar. We have the LED headlamps. We got 20-inch wheels. We got our faux scoop hood. This hood is not necessarily functional at all compared to like the Chevy with the Duramax, but it is a good looking hood. We got our Cummins badging. We got everything like that. Now this one did have a puck system in it. That's important to me. Didn't have a bed liner, but I already got that sprayed. We got the cargo camera up there. It is the sport, so it means everything's pretty much black, a little bit of chrome, not much. So for here, they did drop the 4-way pin, so it can leave us the pin for the actual extra trailer stuff. 7-pin there. All LEDs, which I had to swap out on most of those. LED tail lamps. Smaller leaf pack than the 3/4 ton Chevy. So however they put the numbers to get there, this truck has about 3,900 pounds of payload and 21,000-ish of towing. And guys, I'm going to be breaking down everything in this truck, so we need to go over it because of all of the truck manufacturers, this is the oldest when it comes to the interior. The interior is kind of looking like the 1500, which is current, but I don't foresee a big major change from Ram, as they've had an opportunity over the last 3 years to bring into the bigger cab and everything like that. But we'll go over the little nuances to it. All right, guys, breaking down window sticker here. So we have a base price $67,855, 3,500 Laramie crew. So this is your standard stuff, $373. It does have the dampening trailer sway, which is neat. Now we all know that the 5-link rear coils on the 3/4 ton, I think that's where Ram loses its capabilities, but I could be wrong. Yeah, but it is a good riding pickup at that 3/4 ton. Now this 1 ton, not having the 5-link rear coil, does ride rougher than the 3/4 ton Ram, but about equivalent to a F250. Actually, probably a little bit better, my wife says. But right down here, we do have wireless Apple CarPlay. Down here, we have the 18-inch. The towing preferred group is $17.95, which we come over here, and that right there is the breakdown of it. So the center high mounted stop lamp, trailer reverse guidance, surround view camera, sport appearance package. You can see all of this. I would always add that if you're ordering it, but you can kind of just go through this list and see all this cool swag that's in here. The 12-inch screen, that's where I think you're getting a lot of cool trailering tech, and we'll go over that in a separate video. But yeah, 89,660. We got our basic coverages here, so 3 or 36 and 500. I want to cruise over here and look at this, guys. This is rated a B, the tailpipe for emissions. Now, I just printed a random 2024 Silverado with the L5P Gen 2, and look, it's rated at a C and a C+. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, because for a diesel, we all should know that the better the rating is here, even though it's only at the tailpipe, it has something to do with if the rating's higher, the better, cleaner. So it means the Cummins is rated better than most. Let's take a look at another. So here's my old Power Stroke that I had. 22, or sorry, yeah, this one was a 22. Again, C and a C+. So that means that Ram is actually making the combustion better, the DPF burn-off process more efficient, and I will speak of that for when it comes to everything else, is the Ram does not regen as much as the other one. So here we have the general. This is our 7.3 Godzilla. So here we go. The greenhouse gas rating tailpipe is a D, but the smog rating is a B+. So just some interesting nuances there. So I think that that's going to play into it. So I've had, like I said, about 600 miles on the truck. The 23 Chevy that I drove for a weekend, it needed at least one regen. I didn't drive it over 100 miles, and it was brand new. The Cummins that we've had, again, they're regenning once or twice a week, even though we tow all the time with them. And this truck has a DPF gauge, so you can actually watch it fill up, but it kind of got up to maybe about a quarter full, and then driving it down the highway for 20 minutes, it was cleaned out. But it didn't need a regen. It was just doing that I guess burn off, if you will, but not having a full-fledged regen where it amps up idle and sounds and stuff like that. Again, that is a high sticker, guys, but I did not pay that. And when they told me I could get that, it was really a corporate decision saying, okay, this will put me in a good position for trading towards the Ford and or a Chevy diesel. At the end of the day, I think if I was in the market right now and I was buying the Forever truck and I wasn't doing any more information for you guys, it would be probably like an LT Plus type or an LTZ Chevy gas, period. I love that truck. Phenomenal truck towing, but we're going to put the Ram to the test. So down there in the corner is a subscribe button. Guys, smash it for me, and let's get some more info for the channel. We'll see you on the next one.